Here we have a worm tower, and we just harvested this too, but there's a bunch of lettuces growing in each of those. And in the center, we have a bunch of worms that help with the fertility, and we take that, put it outside for compost. My name is Taylor Santos. I am 18 years old, and I was born and raised in Jackson, Wyoming. We are at Summit Innovations, the high school that I attend. I am a senior. I am excited to graduate. I'm a bit nervous. A lot of our science is based around climate change, and our agriculture class is a lot about plants. We are currently growing a salad bar for our school lunches, and we sell at the farmers markets. My first experience with Teton Youth and Family Services, I was 12, and I had run away from home with an older man, and from there I was sent directly to the Van Vleck group home. I was in middle school at the time, and I was there for about 8 months. So since a kid, I wasn't close with my dad. He was always in prison, and I kind of needed that father figure in my life, and my mom's boyfriend, my stepdad at the time, was a very verbally abusive alcoholic, and nearly every night we would get in fights, and it kind of got to the point where I was looking for acceptance and love from people who shouldn't have given that to me. It was really hard. I kind of just broke finally and decided it would be better for me to run away. I really liked Van Vleck. It was like a home, and all the staff were almost like parents, and my roommates and friends that I met there kind of turned into family, and probably the hardest times of all of our lives. I wasn't having like worry about people judging me or people telling me like, you're acting weird. I could be myself and run outside and be happy. I could, play in the grass, and just the little things was really nice to enjoy. I had a problem with self-harm before I went to Van Vleck, so learning how to get out of that habit and learning how to journal instead or distract myself whenever I felt down or depressed. I did a lot of anger management and breath work. I would go to like a safe place in my head whenever I was feeling overwhelmed and try to make it not as bad or tolerable. Getting into Van Vleck, I was able to get out of my comfort zone and enjoy nature. And I guess at home, I was always secluded to my room a lot. It was just really nice to get outdoors with everyone, and we would go on a lot of hikes. There was one to Ski Lake up on the pass, and we were kind of all walking back, and then it started rain, so we all had to run, and everyone's emotions were flying. I remember my shoes were like making my feet bleed, and my closest friend ended up carrying me back to the car. I realized like this is my family. These people mean so much to me, and they would do anything for me. So after I graduated the program, everyone comes together, and it's kind of just a celebration that you made it and you get to leave and you get to go home. You get a handwritten note from everyone, and I still have that hanging up in my room. It was really hard, especially going back home to the same environment. Even though I worked on myself, I was still getting treated the way that I was before. I think it was last year I was going through a really tough time, and I was able to check myself into Van Vleck for like a week, and they were able to help me through it and make sure that I was safe and good enough to go back home. And they're always there if I have to call them and ask them for help. It's better than running away or getting yourself into deeper trouble. I don't know, it was always hard to leave Van Vleck, and looking back, I'm so grateful for everyone that I met and everyone that helped me out. Yeah, it was a really awesome place. A lot of the problems Jackson has are well hidden and kept secret because we're this perfect, rich town that, our kids are fine and our kids don't have problems, but that's just not the case. Kids and families do need help, and it's okay to ask for that, even in a town like Jackson. So my dad and I's relationship kind of wasn't great for a while, but in the past few years, I guess since I went to Van Vleck, we've been able to get a lot closer, and now I like him a lot and we can get along. I wouldn't take any of it back. because I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have the passions that I do now. I wouldn't be near as strong as I am now, or as mindful and appreciative. These are just butter lettuce, but we recently planted them probably sometime. I didn't really think much about like planting and farming until I came to Summit and I started taking the ag class, and since then I've been super into plants. This is our school greenhouse. It's pretty bare right now, but we're gonna start planting starts when we get back from spring break, and then we'll get these beds filled before graduation. This summer, I'm going to attend a permaculture design course, so I'm gonna learn how to design people's gardens and design my own food forest and make a life for myself through a good way to do agriculture versus the way that we're doing it now. I kind of want to change that. I'm going out on my own. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to get out of this town for a while and see what I can do with myself.